Hello there and welcome to this week's edition of Ringside Toe to Toe, a boxing podcast exclusive to skysports.com and Sky On Demand. I'm Ed Draper, and in the other corner I'm joined once again, as ever, by former professional fighter turned analyst turned promoter turned manager and water boy, the resplendent Spencer Fearon. Spencer, take the water, mate, take the water. I've got it, stop panicking, I've got the water. We got it. You're back from Hull, you're looking good. Good to have you here. Now, we'll talk about that later, but only one place to start this week, and it's bad news for Amir Khan after Floyd Mayweather Jr. announced he will be fighting Marcus Maidana on May the 3rd in Las Vegas. The question is, I suppose, Spencer, is how devastated will Khan be? How disrespected has he been by Mayweather with this whole saga?
How can you say that he has been disrespected?
The contract was on the table. He thought he'd signed a contract to fight the guy.
He thought he signed a contract.
Well, there was a contract there, wasn't there?
Well, some of it was put on the table. I don't know what was put on the table, but we have to be realistic now. You're dealing with Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, per se, is a business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember Jay-Z had a line like, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman. Meaning that my whole entirety of who I am in existence is a business. Floyd Mayweather is sitting there saying, listen.
Well, his nickname's Money.
Yeah,
so
right. Yeah. He's saying, listen, I call the shots here. You cannot be going out saying like the fight's done. You cannot, because this is how it is. With Floyd Mayweather being the way that he is...
So he's punishing Khan for being presumptuous then? Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Absolutely. Being presumptuous. And he's saying, right, you're coming to the assumption. And the assumption is made on hearsay of not facts. You didn't have no facts to it. You had little bits and you say, well, listen, end of the day, I'm pointing out to the public. And I pointed out to the public and it was overwhelming in Amir Khan's favour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then when they did the poll to see where all the votes were coming from, they were all coming from Amir Khan's house in Bolton right now. But so therefore, he said, look, I don't need this fight. I don't need this fight because you've been disrespectful. And it's little things like Floyd Mayweather is so controlling. Yeah. That makes him the man that he is.
But it's supply and demand. Is the demand not more for a Khan fight? You look at the records of these guys, they're very comparable, aren't they? Maidana won 35, lost 3. Khan's won 28, lost 3. They fought each other in a... I know Khan got the decision and won it in the end, but a very, very close, very close fight. Could have been stopped. But it should have been stopped. Is the fans' demand there, and would it be a better fight? So is Floyd Money Mayweather not making a good business decision, or is he making a good business decision?
I think he's making a good business decision because I think he's sat down and thought, right, you know what? I thought, because Khan being English, that it's going to be the Ricky Hatton fight all over again. He's realised that, wow, it's not going to be the Ricky Hatton fight all over again because, let's be real now, Amir Khan hasn't got that gravitas in pulling power.
He's not a newbie in Vegas, though, is he?
No, he's not a newbie. He's got a lot of fans, especially he's got a lot of Mexican fans as well.
Yeah.
And but with this here, Amir Khan, is the fight really needed? No, because there's a story towards. There's a bigger story now with Maidana. Maidana fought excellently well against Broner. And
it's also a lot easier for Mayweather to beat than Khan, though, isn't it?
It is a lot easier. I think the main proposition that Amir Khan brought to the fight against Mayweather will be speed.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're going to speak later about Amir Khan has other options, and I think he should take those options. But I think regardless, like I said on many occasions, Floyd Mayweather could fight sleep and still make 40 million.
There's no tarnishing to his legacy. 45-0, but he hasn't fought Pacquiao, and now he hasn't fought Amir Khan. No tarnish to his...
Come on, how's it going to be a tarnish to say, all right then, well, I didn't fight Pacquiao, who has subsequently been knocked out, right? Yeah. I didn't fight him, fair enough. He's got his reason why he didn't fight
Pacquiao post 30 as Wayne because he was a power fighter. People will argue that maybe it's physically he's just diminished.
I don't know. I think a lot of it is down to pulling power and what you're bringing to the table. And Floyd Mayweather likes to be in control of everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't knock the guy for it because you know what? The guy is going to go down as a legendary fighter. Whether you like him or not, higher tier, lower tier, he's still going to be an all-time great. Now, we're looking on the fact of, well, he didn't fight Amir Khan. Who really cares? Who cares? It's not like Amir Khan was knocking out everyone. Amir Khan looked really bad in his last performance. Let's be realistic
he
about it.
hasn't fought for a year, so it's going to be very interesting what happens next for Amir Khan. And Maidana is very heavy-handed as well, so maybe he does have a chance on May the 3rd. We'll talk about that nearer the time. But let's focus on the Brit then. One offer that is on the table for Amir Khan is a massive domestic clash with Sheffield's Kell Brook. He spoke to Andy Scott about a possible fight.
Well, you know, I can think of 5 million reasons why it can be. You know, that's the 5 million quid on the table for him. He knows that it's crying out. You know, the fight's crying out to happen. So, you know, I think it's the only avenue for him now.
Do you think you're the biggest name on the horizon for him?
Where else can he go? You know, it's a mega pay-per-view fight. You know, I'm well ranked at welterweight with all top governing bodies. So you know, it's a fight that, you know, should happen.
Where would you want to do it if it could be made? Would you be willing to travel to Bolton, for example, or wherever he wanted to do it?
It don't matter to me. It don't matter where it is. It don't matter if it's in his backyard. To me, I know exactly what's going to happen. I know that he's going to get knocked out. I know it for a fact. So it don't matter to me.
Did you feel that he didn't deserve his chance against Mayweather in the first place, and he should have perhaps, you know, looked to the likes of you in Britain?
Of course I do. Of course I do. He's never boxed. He's never competed at welterweight. You know, he's. I've always been in his shadows. You know, since he turned pro. Since you know, with the Olympics and everything. You know, we other promoters when we were together. You know, we've always been separated all the way through, and just that he's bypassed the situation and just got the slot where we're like they were talking about Mayweather and stuff. And you know, with myself, I had to earn my way to where I am. So I think, you know, he didn't deserve that. He didn't deserve that. You know, the slot he had. But you know, obviously, just give me him.
Have you got a direct message for him?
He knows it's been going on. You know, I don't need to keep banging drum about it. He knows I want the fight. You know, he knows they want the fight. It's a massive fight. It's a Groves, you know, Froch fight. It's massive. It's summer pay-per-view. We'll get them all out, get us all, everyone talking about it. You know, and I know for a fact it'll live up to, you know, the talk. And believe you and me, it's going to be a mega fight if it happens.
So Kell Brooks says, give me him. He says £5 million on the table, which is kind of comparable to what Amir Khan allegedly was going to get from Floyd Mayweather.
Well, he was meant to get $5 million or
was that dollars? So that would be even more if he's offering £5 million to fight Kell Brook, if Eddie Hearn's doing that.
That's a bag of money. Take the money. Take the fight.
Yeah.
Right, because...
Not Sean Porter's the other avenue, is it, potentially?
Right, well, I'm saying Sean Porter's the other avenue, but what difference does it make? End of the day is this. The publicity Amir Khan would have got to fight Floyd Mayweather would have been on a different league. It would stratospheric, right? But for British fight fans, and you're still British, Amir Khan. You may not believe this, but you know what I mean, because you're living out the high life.
He was there, London
right?
2012, flying the flag.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So therefore, come back here and fight Kell Brook. Reason why? Because that's a massive fight. That fight is a bigger fight than George Groves, Carl Froch.
You say that, is it though? If you ask the average,
I'm telling you why it is. Right? It's a bigger fight because Amir Khan is globally known.
Yeah.
He's a real big name.
Froch Groves arguably bigger in Britain if you ask the casual
fan. And what I was saying is the first fight, because nobody really took the first fight of George Groves and Carl Froch very seriously. We didn't, tell the truth. I'm being real. I just thought, well, as soon as Carl Froch lands on him, he's going to finish him. And George Groves fought really, really well. But this fight here is a big fight because it could be sold. And if Eddie Hearn is being so brave to say, I'm offering you £5 million, £5 million?
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's Rumble in the Jungle money there, man.
Brooks got a to-be-announced date, hasn't he? Coming up March 15th. They have to work that out quickly. Amir Khan, obviously, he hasn't fought since April. Julio Diaz last year.
Yeah,
does Khan need to get something in the next month or so, just like a six-rounder or something to get through?
I would believe that Khan would be putting in very, very good sparring right now. And the thing is this, Khan, if you were sitting down waiting for the Floyd Mayweather fight and thinking, well, I've got a chance to beat a legend, because no doubt Amir Khan would have thought my game plan would be to throw speed on Floyd Mayweather. No, here is a fight where the money's being offered here. Yeah. Right? Now, I know, like, the money's been, that kind of money there, and how big that fight will be, take the fight. Because if you lose, you could drop back down to 140 at the light welterweight division, and get a return with Danny Garcia. So take the fight.
It's still a step up, isn't it, in weight? Quick thoughts on that, because Brooks says he'll knock him out.
You know what? It would be a good fight. And right now, Kell Brook is firing properly. And that's the thing. Kell Brook is like... The good thing about this, when they were on ringside Sky Sports, and Amir Khan kind of had him up verbally. But as we know, verbals don't mean nothing if you can't back it up in the ring. So I would like to see that fight happen. It'd be a great fight. What do you think would happen if they was to fight each other?
I think it'll be very tight. I think it depends how Khan fights it.
Who do you think would win?
We're going to save it. We've got a long time to talk about it. We're not saying now. This is
let's fingers crossed that the fight
end
happens.
Of February.
Fingers crossed that it happens. I know all of our British fans would want to see that fight. It would be a great fight. It would be an immense, terrific event that we have people coming out of all walks of life to try and see Kell Brook and Amir Khan. That fight should happen.
Hope there's a vote online and we can all get involved with that one as well. Spencer, great to see you. For the full extended podcast of Toe to Toe, tune in to Sky Sports News Radio, or to download it, go to skysports.com/podcast. We'll see you again next week.
Watch all 6 Sky Sports channels on your mobile and online.